The Federal Supreme Council is the highest constitutional authority in the United Arab Emirates, being the highest legislative and executive body. It establishes general policies and sanctions federal legislation. It is the first federal authority in terms of ranking in the hierarchy of the 5 federal authorities prescribed in the Constitution: Federal Supreme Council, Federal President and Federal Vice President, Federal Cabinet, Federal National Council, Federal Judiciary. History. After the Union in 1971, the Federal Supreme Council consisted of the 6 rulers of the Emirates who signed the Constitution of the United Arab Emirates. It elected Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan, Emir of Abu Dhabi, as President of the United Arab Emirates and elected a federal cabinet. On 23 December 1971, the Emirate of Ras Al Khaimah sent a letter to the Council requesting to join the Union. The Council agreed to the request and the Ras Al Khaimah joined the Union on 10 February 1972. Council meetings. The Federal Supreme Council meets 4 times each year, and its meetings are often on an informal basis and attend meetings of the board, consisting of the 7 rulers of the Emirates of the Federation of those acting in their emirate in the case of their absence. Each has 1 vote in the Council's resolutions. Council functions. The Supreme Council of the Union has the following functions: the general policies in all matters entrusted to the Union by this Constitution, and to consider what would achieve the objectives of the Union, and the common interests of the member Emirates; the ratification of the various federal laws before they are issued, including the laws of the annual general budget of the Union and the final account; the ratification of the decrees on the subject matters under the provisions of this Constitution for the ratification or approval of the Federal Supreme Council prior to the issuance of these decrees by the Federal President. Ratification of institutions and agreements are ratified by decree. 2. Approve the appointment of the Federal Prime Minister and the Federal Cabinet and the acceptance of the resignation and removal from office, upon the proposal of the Federal President. 2. Approve the appointment of the President and judges of the Federal Supreme Court and the acceptance of the resignations and dismissal in the circumstances prescribed in the Constitution. Are all decrees high control over the affairs of the Union in general. Any other functions stipulated in this Constitution are federal laws. Current members. Federal Supreme Council consists of the 7 emirs,